Has a shirt ever been that see-through? I'm positive they tried out a lot of shirts to figure out which one was the most see-through. Because even white shirts don't be looking like that. That is. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It is I, Miata Lebele. As always, before we really dig in, remember to like, subscribe, thumbs up, do your thing, hit the bell or something. I don't know. I don't have all of my YouTube catchphrases down yet. Before I start talking about episode 5, I actually need to just address something. I got a comment that kind of hurt my feelings a little bit. So I'm just gonna talk a little bit about this issue, which keeps coming up. Okay, so I have had now multiple people tell me that the reason I didn't like this season is because they changed so much from the books. Maybe you didn't see my overall review. Maybe you didn't watch any of my videos from season 1. I was very clear in my season 1 reviews that I absolutely adored season 1. And this is despite not liking Simon or Daphne as characters. I thought that the show improved upon book 1 quite a bit, and I was very excited to see what they could do in season 2. So first off, right off the bat, if you had watched those videos, you would know that my criticisms for this season do not come because they changed the books. So please don't tell me that nothing Shondaland could have done, nothing the creators could have done would have made me happy, because I watched them make me happy in season 1. So that's an issue. Secondly, if you'd watched my overall review, you would absolutely know that my problems from this season didn't come from the changes, but that our leads didn't get to spend any time together. My only frame of reference for Anthony and Kate spending time together in this universe at this time are the books. That's why I reference the book so much. It's my frame of reference for knowing, oh, there was a scene and another scene, like 50 scenes where Kate and Anthony spent time together. That's why I keep referencing them. I do not need the creators to have had the Pall Mall scene. I don't need the creators to have the library scene. But if you're gonna take out those scenes with Kate and Anthony together, could we create new ones with them together? You know what scene was very silly but I absolutely loved? In episode 1 where Kate and Anthony are on the horses and they're racing each other, that wasn't in the books. I loved it. That's what I'm asking for. If you're gonna take out other scenes of Kate and Anthony together, let's put in some scenes of Kate and Anthony together so I can watch their love grow. I can watch them be friends. So it feels like y'all are trying to tell me something that I know is not true. My biggest issue is the lack of Kate and Anthony being able to have scenes without anyone else in them, without them talking about Edwina, and just them being themselves. What we have this season, if you watched episode 4, we had multiple scenes where Kate and Anthony are literally breathing at each other, which is sexy as hell, but it doesn't allow us to watch them have a friendship or any sort of relationship beyond lust. I wanted more for the characters. I think the actors are doing excellent work, particularly Jonathan Bailey. But if you really think about it, I feel like Simone didn't get all the meaty moments that I think that character should have had this season. Yes, we might get them next season, but if you look at how much they gave Anthony, how little they gave Kate in terms of her own personhood for this season, kind of sucked. And then how much time overall they got to spend just them two together, just so small, especially in comparison to when we're looking at the Featherington stuff. Again, I don't care if any of the scenes from the book stayed the same, to be perfectly honest. I cared about the fact that in favor of showing us more Kate and Anthony, they chose to show us more Bridgerton and or Featherington drama. I think what we're all realizing is this season in particular, over season 1, they have decided for this to be a family drama over a pure romantic drama. That's totally fine. I'm just saying the first season was a romantic drama, and the last trailer they dropped for this season was pure romantic drama. So they changed this in the second season. There was a little bit of false advertising in terms of that trailer, the final trailer, which I loved and I cried over, and that's fine. My argument is always just going to be, take out all the scenes you want, make all the changes, but don't take away the relationship between the leads of the season. Okay, that's all I had to say. I could say more, but episode 5 was the one where I started getting angry, so y'all will watch that anyways. And today I am not having alcohol shots. Take what you may from this, but I'm drinking a green drink. Listen, y'all, I'm over 30 now. Okay, so we gotta get some stuff in our bodies, but I am having champagne, so let's just a plus and minus. But the tequila, baby, my whole ass stomach. I can't do it. So we having a green drink and some champagne, like the classy hoes we are. Okay, let's get into it, and we're gonna watch episode 5 of season 2 of Bridgerton. Hey guys, I'm also eating an apple. My body's not doing well.
Sure.
And, oh! That hit my heart. That hit my heart! I love that pinky, the little pinky touch. I love any sort of hand stuff. You know 2005 Pride and Prejudice? Where like Lizzie, Mr. Darcy, and he touches her hand into the carriage and then he just flexes the finger flex. Nothing sexier than a finger flex after almost touching during Regency times. Truly nothing sexier. Lady Danbury's look. First off, again, we love the actress playing the queen, right? But her being involved in the wedding plans? Why? Daphne was her diamond last season. And they did it. They did so many things last season effectively without having to shoehorn in multiple characters into situations where it doesn't quite make sense for them to even be there. You know what I mean? How is Edwina missing every look between them? Truly, if I turn around and my fiance is looking at my sister like he's undressing her with his eyes, baby, this is... Edwina!
Particular wager is placed, it cannot easily be undone.
Anthony, stand
A
up.
fact which I am sure
Stand up!
is met with both regret.
We don't see his booty though, right? I think we see his booty.
All of that would be solved if you would simply call off the wedding and...
Yes! Just do it! Just do it, and then we can be done with this. Please! Benedict is such a little cutie. I love his little happiness and his little hope and his little face. Look what the show's done. Benedict haters, look what it's done to us. We're converts now. We worship at the Isle of Benedict. This is awful. Couldn't they just have had Benedict have a man be up there and then Benedict could have liked the man and then we at least could have gotten some gay Benedict? Like, it wouldn't have been that hard to have that. I wonder if in the first season they saw a bunch of us be like, ooh, Benedict might be gay, and they were like, no, let's stop that right now. Because that feels like they are really like trying to drill down that Benedict is straight to straight. You know what I mean? Like straighty straight, mixed straight. Really? They really didn't have to do all of this.
Eloise, I still need you.
I really do like the bickering happening between the siblings. Like, it's very, you know, convincing of a family. Particularly, Benedict and Eloise have a very cute relationship poking at each other all the time. So I love getting to watch that. It's just so interesting how all of the scenes really that you have like family interactions that I really enjoy seem to involve Benedict. He's like the glue who is holding all these people together, which is such an interesting role for him to be playing. Regency clothes to me are so ugly. That cut is so unflattering to most bodies, I feel like. It looks so bad on me. Maybe I'm just being a hater, but I cannot stand Regency clothes. This is why I like what Lady Featherington is wearing. It is incredibly anachronistic, and I think she looks fabulous. Like that kind of clothes is what I'm looking for.
Might I offer you some refreshment, mister?
Brooks, only if you insist. I'd be churlish to refuse. Tea.
I love a person who goes after the food at a party. He's not even at a party, he's just at someone's home. I admire it. They can't even keep their eyes off of each other. Guys! Oh, Anthony, come on!
It's fine weather we're having, Miss Sharma, is it not?
Oh my God.
But outcome for all.
Oh, and what of everything that passed between us at Aubrey Hall?
There's a man eating cake in the background. I know he can hear them. Okay, like, y'all are barely whispering. Okay, talking quite loudly, and I can tell that man's a messy bitch. You go to someone's house, you just start sitting down eating their food. I know he's a messy bitch, and he wants to hear the hot goss. All right, y'all need to go to another room with that.
Need I remind you, sir, if anyone other than your sister discovered us in the library that night, then we, too, would be obliged to wed.
That man is Lady Whistledown today. He can hear everything they are saying. All right, he needs to go straight to Penelope with that information.
20 paces. We may use your finger to size...
That cake must have been bad because he's ready to go. A second ago, he was trying to drink tea. That cake must have been dry as hell that he's like, now he got something stuck in his throat. He's trying to rush out now. Not him touching himself like he just did something. This man went, "You're welcome," after doing absolutely nothing.
It is the ring my father gave to my mother before they were wed.
Why is he touching her on the finger where he just put the wedding ring? Anthony, this is your bride. Why are they just doing this? Go get married in Gretna Green and let's just do it. For those of y'all who have never read a romance novel, Gretna Green is in Scotland, and when you wanted to run away and get married, you'd run to Scotland, you'd run to Gretna Green, you'd get married, you'd come back, and everyone would be like, "You can't be married," and they're like, "It's too late, we're married." That's Gretna Green. Sorry. Oh! The way he's stroking her hands. This might be the sexiest wedding ring scene since My Best Friend's Wedding. I still think Dylan McDermott, that's his name, right? Dermot Mulroney. I still think Dermot Mulroney sucking that finger off of Julia Roberts' hand is probably the sexiest thing to happen in rom-coms. But this right here, this like little strokey stroke, the strokey stroke. Whoo, baby. That is hot.
It appears to be stuck.
Well, Edwina is here now.
Yes.
What? Mary, yeah, Edwina is here now. Kate is trying to get the ring off her finger. They really made Mary feel like I am Kate's stepmother and, you know, Edwina is my child. Whereas this should feel like a tight familial relationship. Now, of course, they did not let Mary Sharma speak more than 7 times this season. I guess they had a quota. She hit it. But like, she doesn't ever feel like she has this beautiful, warm relationship with Kate, which is such a shame. It makes her look like she favors one child over the other, which she just simply does not do. The reason for this, of course, is because so much of what Mary Sharma should be telling Kate is coming from Lady Danbury this season. So we're not actually getting a relationship between Kate and her mother. No one's offering her butter. No one's offering her oil. Everyone's watching her suffer. Y'all know what it's like to have a ring stuck on your finger, and they're looking at her like she's trying to keep the ring from them. It's really weird the way they set Kate up against her family. The rest of the season is her family being upset by some betrayal they believe she's done, when in actuality, she's only been there for them. It's so strange, the dynamic here. I am trying to explain everything without mentioning the books, which did it better.
There. All yours.
Why are they acting weird? My sister got a ring stuck on her finger. Now, if they're trying to act like Edwina is naive to it all, Edwina wouldn't have noticed anything weird here. Okay, let's go.
I shall invite them to the engagement dinner tomorrow. I'm sure it will be a most joyous reunion after all these years.
That's also messy of Lady Danbury. Now, you know there's bad blood between Lady Sharma and her mother and father, and you know there is bad blood, or there's something weird going on between Kate and the Sheffields. Now, why in the world would you invite them to dinner with the Bridgertons, where they can be mad messy? But y'all need, she knows she should have had a little simple dinner, okay, which is Anthony, and then, you know, some of the other people. Just make it a little simple at first. So if anything messy comes out, it's not going to blow up in Kate's face. Lady Danbury, shame on you.
Lady Mary? Indeed.
I shall look forward to it.
Oh, she got a line. I think she was able to say, "Kate, Edwina is here now, and indeed." It's like 7 words.
I am, my lord.
I suddenly feel a headache coming on. Oh. Lady Danbury, would you be so kind as to chaperone my daughter?
So I feel like Mary Sharma, the actress, is on set. She's saying her lines, and they start giving her like gang signs behind the camera, and they just cut the rest of her lines, and she has to pretend she is. That's just like the cue. Like they do this, And her line is then, I feel a headache coming on. Lady Danbury, can you talk to my daughter? This has happened so many times. This is her second time having a headache. And so the first time she had a headache was when Lady Danbury took her daughters over to the royal palace. And now she's got another headache. So Lady Danbury's going to take care of talking to Kate. They hate Mary Sharma. They hate this woman. What did the actress do? Truly, was she missing? Like, where did she go if she was missing? This can't be her lines in the script. Truly cannot. Look at the actress begging her, please just say another line so I can respond. Say one more line so I can respond, please. Watch Kate walk past her. Mary Sharma wants more lines, Kate. Say something to her. Listen. No more lines for you. Look, she's still not speaking. That's not even her sigh. It's hers. And her mouth is closed. Mary Sharma couldn't even come to the park. She couldn't go to the fair. She didn't get to go to the royal palace or a fair. Y'all keeping her prisoner. I don't care if I got a migraine. I'm going to the royal palace.
Lord, a turn would be most pleasant.
Ooh, she saw Anthony looking at her. She's like, yeah, bitch. Watch me walk with Mr. Dorset. Okay? Watch me. Ooh, Kate is playing some dangerous games. And you just know that man hasn't said anything funny. You know, the man is like, Kate, can I take your gloves? And she's like, while looking over at Anthony. I know Thomas Dorset is just sitting there talking about how he went to Oxford again, okay? That man is not saying nothing interesting. Kate is just trying to make Anthony jealous.
Perhaps I should introduce myself. After all, everyone else is finding some...
Okay, some of y'all really think that Colin knew going in that Lord Featherington was a fake. I do not believe this, but let me just, on my little watcheroo, I will see if I think he was in on it the whole time. Guys, I truly think you guys are overestimating Colin's intelligence. He has not shown us that he is an intelligent person, okay? But perhaps he was in on it. So, like, let me pay attention and see if I believe Colin is a mastermind.
Anthony is to be married. Benedict has his artistic pursuits, and, well, here I am, feeding the ducks.
That's a swan. I'm just telling y'all, he's a dum-dum. I love that they didn't even, there's a duck in the background. They could have zoomed in on this duck. Instead, they're like, Colin's an idiot. Here I am feeding ducks, and they zoom in on a swan. Okay, they zoom in on a swan. Y'all can't have me believing this man is the mastermind. At this point, I've started calling the Featheringtons the Scammeringtons. They are scammers, okay? Penelope, a scammer. Portia, a scammer. Jack, a scammer. The dead Lord Featherington, a scammer. Marina, a scammer. The Featheringtons are born and bred scammers, okay? So you cannot have me believing that Colin is more intelligent than a single member of the Featherington family, with the exceptions of the two dumb sisters. But everybody else does scams, okay? They know how to run people.
This is the place. Doesn't look like a place of shopping to me.
Why didn't you bring Hot Footman? Why didn't you bring Hot Footman? Okay, I want to see more of Hot Footman, please. Do y'all remember how I said a few episodes ago that Theo and Eloise look alike? Well, one of my commenters mentioned that was funny, considering that the actor who plays Theo auditioned for both Colin and Benedict roles, and he looks just like all of them. So I'm saying Eloise is falling in love with a man who could have been her brother. Baby, get out of the family. Go visit some other people.
Me?
Like, look at their noses. They are looking twin-like, in fact.
Of my wife.
I do think... We love Luke Newton. I do love Luke Newton, you know. He's very cute as Colin. But I feel like he would have been a really good Colin. I do think he would have made a nice kind of spicy Colin, right? Because he's got a sharp edge to him. I think he would have made a good Colin. I mean, I'm happy either way, but I don't hate him as Colin. I'm glad he was able to be brought back in as a big role. You know what I mean? If he couldn't be a series regular, it's nice that he's going to be a recurring guest star. That's amazing.
Theo Shaw.
Oh, he is cute, though. I get why Eloise is into him, even though he looks like her brother. Listen, he's not my brother. I can say he's cute. So don't judge me. Let's judge her. But he is a cutie. Yeah, no, Theo's a hottie. I get it. I get it. Everybody, literally everybody is looking at Newton, except for Anthony. Like, look at them, look at Newton. Baby, look away from Kate. Listen, I don't hate Mr. Dorset. Kate, go for it. Go for it. If Anthony's just gonna heavy breathe at you, go for Mr. Dorset, girl.
Pardon me.
What? Did you really just push Mr. Dorset out of the way? You don't even have an excuse for this one. Like, you just straight up, are you trying to touch Kate? Sir, find better ways around this. You ain't even being sneaky. Oh, apparently the horny hits you different when you drink champagne. My God, I feel like popcorns in my vagina. It's just like pop, 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 pop. You guys can tell this hand stuff is so hot. Oh my God. Oh my God. They're like holding hands. Oh God, just stick them in your mouth. I don't know who, just sticking this up in his mouth. First of all, they hit Newton hard when they tripped over him. They had like that sound, the Foley sound for them tripping sounded like a punch to Newton's gut. Secondly, why Mr. Dorset had to take one for the team? Mr. Dorset ain't do nothing wrong, and Anthony keeps messing him up.
Not at all. The water is a rather welcoming refreshment.
Look how they got Mr. Dorset looking like a fool, and Anthony already looks sexy. Mr. Dorset, looking terrible, but Anthony is already looking hot in that water. I'm sorry, Anthony. Jonathan Anthony. Jan Anthony. Has a shirt ever been that see-through? I am positive. I'm positive they tried out a lot of shirts to figure out which one was the most see-through. Because even white shirts don't be looking like that. That is, you know what I mean? It's like cellophane. It's like a plastic wrap. I mean, it is wrapped on him. I'm so glad so many of us are lusting over Jonathan Bailey together. It makes me feel a lot less shame about me wanting to lick the screen. Precious minutes spent talking about fake rubies. Precious, beautiful, Kate and Anthony-less minutes talking about fake jewelry. Here's another Benedict is hella straight scene. Benedict's pretty kinky. He went to sex parties last season. Now he's undressing in classrooms that people could walk into this season. Benedict kind of a freak. Because they make him like a freak in season 3. Like he's doing some nasty stuff. Like if y'all are giving me a little bit of a you know, kind of a free-spirited Benedict, can he be free in all ways? Am I asking for Benedict to get pegged? Maybe.
Nobody would blame you if you were to take sick, Mama.
The showrunners of Bridgerton were like, if you need to leave set again, that would be fine. Just go say you have a headache. Say it. And she fought back, had her agents call them and said, I have lines this episode, sir.
The night your dear father...
Isn't it wild that Mary isn't in on the scheme with Kate? That somehow Kate was able to get this over everyone. Like no one's on her side. She has no one helping her with anything. It is wild to me. And I understand Mary does say at the end of the season that she basically failed Kate for not being super involved. But like how? How was Kate the only person somehow aware of their finances? And like this would have been a really good time for Kate to tell Mary, so at least Mary knew, so it didn't feel like every single person felt betrayed by Kate at the very end.
Siblings? Marrying a woman for whom you clearly hold no great tenderness or love.
Thank you! At least someone is saying something. Violet is a queen this season, my goodness. Lady Danbury has just been like, Kate, you're wrong for every choice you make. I'm glad someone is like in here being like, come on. Daphne did it too, but she made it worse. Okay, but like, thank you, Violet, for saying something.
With young ladies.
You know what? Now that I'm watching this, I realize why when Anthony breaks up with Edwina at the dinner table, why his mom is also so readily supportive of that. Like, yes, she's mad at Kate and for thinking that like Kate was trying to trick them, but also she really does not want Anthony getting married to Edwina to begin with, right? Like, she does not think this is a good marriage. So I can see why she also would have jumped on an opportunity for Anthony and Edwina to break up.
She does not wish to end the engagement.
But does she know your true feelings on the matter?
My feelings are of no concern. What matter?
The way Anthony just told his mother he loves Kate. The way he said, Miss Edwina does not wish to break the engagement. It was heartbreaking, actually. He can't get out of it. He's too far in it now. He knows he made a mistake. I think he knows he made a mistake, but he's just too far in it. He can't dishonor Edwina. But the way he just said that, like, it was like, Mama, I'm stuck. And his mom is trying to give him an out, and he's just so proud. Oh, it's hard to watch, baby.
Please set them aside. This is the most important choice you will ever make.
Honestly, they are like giving Violet so much time with her kids. It's really nice. It's like definitely with Daphne and Anthony and Eloise, I think we're just going to have continue to have such lovely moments between Violet and her children.
Yes. My stomach is in a knot. I'm so excited to meet them.
Before you do.
Does Edwina not understand the relationship between her mom and the Sheffields? It feels like they really kept Edwina like sheltered. Because if I knew that my grandparents had treated my mama like trash, bet if they want to meet me, we going to war, mama. Like, I'm there with my mom. I'll take my earrings off. I will fight those old people. You know what I mean? I would not be so excited to meet the people who had dogged out my mom and like disowned her for all intents and purposes. You know what I mean? If I knew my grandparents had ever made my mom feel bad and made my dad feel bad and disowned them, and now they wanted to meet me, bet. Like, y'all can meet me, but I got my mama's back no matter what. So it's wild that they kept Edwina this sheltered. My mama wouldn't have. She wouldn't let me know who her enemies are, so it's on sight.
There's something I must tell you about your grandparents and how they have in fact influenced our trip.
Yes. Now you want to do it. The same way she was just about to tell Edwina that she loved Anthony before Edwina got in the carriage and then Anthony interrupted. And then right here, she's about to... First off, yeah, Lady Danbury's coming in to say our guests have arrived. I'd be like, thank you so much. I have something to tell my sister. Give me a second. God, it's just TV show shenanigans.
You think me an unfeeling harridan?
No, but Lady Danbury keeps getting in the middle of stuff in bad ways this season. She's actually influencing her in bad ways. Like, Kate needs to be like, I gotta tell her about our grandparents before the dinner so she knows what's going on. Kate has every right to do that right now. Lady Danbury can't stop her. What is happening? We love the Sheffields, though. We love Tony Head. Okay, Buffy fans, rise up. And we love Shabu Kapoor. Okay, if you guys watch We Are Lady Parts, she is delightful. She's so good in that as the mama of the main character. It's funny. In that show, she gets to play someone who's the mom of an 18-year-old. Meanwhile, here, she's playing the mama of a 45-year-old. I mean, she can do it all. That's what you got to do when you're a brown or black actress, too. It's just also just a female actress. Now I'm going to play the mother of an 18-year-old today and a 48-year-old tomorrow. Okay.
Yeah. My sister Kate is the one who introduced...
It seems like Edwina either ignores or has no idea of undercurrents. She's only heard of a current. She doesn't know over or undercurrents. Bitch, she's just floating on a current. Because how do you not notice that there is tension up and down and you don't notice that your grandparents aren't even talking to your mama? You know what I mean? Edwina is like on another planet. Her parents truly, though, I wanted to knock them out. Like take them both out. Like, sniper rifle. This is not a sniper rifle, is it? This is clearly a telescope. But no, I want to just take them out. They got ruder and ruder over the course of this dinner to the point where I was shocked. I was like, this is beyond the pale. This is beyond all decorum. How y'all gonna be this rude at a dinner? Y'all are supposed to be of the gentry, and y'all are acting this way. Oh, again, book to show differences. Notice I'm keeping them to a minimum for you. Book to show differences. Mary's parents aren't a part of the books at all. This is not a thing at all. We don't know anything about her parents. She was never cast out. What we do know about Mary Sheffield Sharma, or just Mary Sheffield in the books, what we know about her is, and I've mentioned this elsewhere, Mary was already married before she met Kate's father, and Mary was either sexually, physically, and or both abused by her ex-husband, and he must pass away because she is able to marry Kate's father without any sort of drama. They get married, and they're a love match, and she knew from the second she saw Kate that she wanted to be Kate's mama. So we don't have any of this drama in the books. I'm sure they just wanted to add more drama for the show. Do what you gotta do. I think it's so wasteful because you brought in these two excellent actors who show up for 1 to 2 seconds and then they're gone. This plot line only served to not help out Mary's character, but to blow up the relationship between Anthony and Edwina, even though they get back together, what, by the end of this episode, beginning of the next one? I can't even remember, but they get back together because they're about to get married. So yeah, this was just a plot line that kind of went to nowhere. It's just like a circle. That was just for the purposes, again, like I said, of blowing shit up.
No less. With 12...
Like, would they be this petty in front of a Viscount? Maybe they got run out of town because they just petty ass. Like, nobody liked them to begin with. And then when their daughter did something, they were like, finally, we can kick these people the fuck out. Because this is just... I wouldn't want to go to their dinner party unless I wanted the mess, right? If I wanted to see some mess, I would go. But they seem like very unpleasant people.
I do recall. And all for what?
Like, this doesn't make any sense that they would even be this rude right now. You'd think it would happen in private, right? This is just...
Service.
I hardly think this a proper dinner.
Oh, now you don't think it's proper? When your wife was going off on people?
And did you?
Again, this is just not a big a deal as you would think. Her parents were mad at her. If her daughter wants to get into her trust fund, her daughter has to marry a man of high standing. It's so, I don't think it's a big deal. Like, bitch, like, yeah, that seems pretty normal to me. Like, I don't think it's a big a deal as they're all making it out to be. But I do think Anthony and his mom wanted an out no matter what. You know what I mean? I think Anthony doesn't really want to get married to Edwina, and Lady Violet didn't want him to either. So I see why they're like, oh, we must break this up. But the way the music is playing, like this, I just don't think it's that big of a deal, right?
Your social standing by associating with such company. I suggest you do not. You may leave at once.
You cannot be serious.
Please be so kind as to send for Lord and Lady Sheffield's carriage. They can wait.
Thank you for doing what nobody else in the damn room would do. Because Lady Danbury should have taken care of that shit. I'm telling you right now, I'm going right back the fuck to the books. Lady Danbury in the books would have been like, bada bing, bada boom, get the fuck out my room. Okay? She would have absolutely taken care of business. Instead of sitting there like, oh. Also, the Lady Danbury of the show would have taken care of business. This bitch was a dragon in season 1. And she's a dragon when she needs to be on the show. Why is she so meek? From here on out, it feels very meek to me, right? Feels very much like every time society does something, she's like, how do I stop this? You are Lady motherfucking Danbury. You know how to stop the weather if you need it to, okay? Talk your shit, bitch. Do your thing. Don't let these little people stop you from being a bad bitch.
Shall not receive one.
This is beyond the pale.
Your wife is beyond the pale. I also love that they're using the phrase beyond the pale. There is nothing more Regency romance than someone saying beyond the pale. I have used it multiple times in my reviews. I am so happy to be echoed by Mr. Tony Head. Whoop, whoop. Woo! Look at the way Violet's looking at Lady Danbury. She knows Lady Danbury knew something. Look at the way she's looking at her. Yep. Now everyone's against Kate till the rest of the season. Yay! Like if I can, I'm now like, this is the point where I was like, fuck the rest of this season. Well, there's a really sexy scene coming up.
Please.
Not breathing heavily. Every damn thing they do be this. This is the only subtitle.
I've been misled. And it is best to call off this doomed engagement before it is the cause of any more strife.
Yeah, that's the thing. He just wants to call it off. He was just looking for an excuse. They all were, so... Because truly, nothing she did was that bad. Nothing Kate did was really that bad. How was Edwina ever going to get married if she didn't have a dowry? At any given point, it was going to be almost impossible for her to get married, at least in the UK, without a dowry. The only way to get it was to get the inheritance. Come on, guys.
Leaving for India.
And it is not far enough.
Oh, Anthony, fuck yeah. Sorry, guys. Let's just get a napkin going before I start drooling. Because Anthony's about to go to town and we're about to eat.
There is a corner of this earth that you could travel to far away enough to free me from this torment.
Oh my god. Oh my god. I feel like there are other things I need to dry right now. Jonathan, stop it!
That grows more precarious with every moment.
There's just no reason why she hasn't already jumped him. Before he even says the carious of precarious, I've jumped into his arms. Why is he still... Kate! The willpower of a saint. How do you have this much... Every word he says, I'm jumping his bones.
You are the bane of my existence.
Breathe. I just want to be a bane of someone's existence.
And the object of all my desires.
And I truly think there are maybe 3 men in all of Hollywood who could have said those lines with the kind of conviction that Jonathan Bailey does. Another actor friend and I have talked about it. He gives his everything to his scene partners. Nothing about this feels cheesy. It feels so real and so beautiful because he commits. So few men these days, I think, could have played Anthony with the type of strength and vulnerability and just beauty that I think Jonathan has given this role.
Do you even know all the ways a lady can be seduced?
Tell me!
The things I could teach you.
Fuck. Heavy breathing, just like me. Please, guys. The way they're heavy breathing at each other and they just had salmon. This is love.
You get distraction every time you enter the room.
Why aren't you guys kissing?
And you agree.
Then you...
It is insupportable.
Kiss her! Kiss her! This is impossible. I have studied physics before, and if a squared plus b squared equals c squared, then Kate plus Anthony equals tonguing. What the fuck is this equation? It's all wrong. Heavy breathing is actually the wrong answer. You have to make out if your mouths are this close to each other.
Me and you together for eternity.
I love the way you're saying that, like, it's a secret. No one else can know this, but I fucking love you.
And I will spend every day of my marriage wanting you.
Oh, God.
Dreaming of you.
This is insane. This is insane. This is insane. Expect us to go through another 3 episodes with just wanting and yearning after this speech. This is beyond the pale.
I am truly sorry, Bon, for keeping both you and Mama in the dark. After Upper died, I took it upon myself to manage our affairs.
How did that happen? How did that happen? That Kate had to take on the affairs? I think they're trying to obviously make a parallel how Kate, you know, after her father died, Mary was too grief-stricken, so Kate had to take over the same way that Anthony has had to take over for his family. But it would be nonsense for Mary Sharma to not understand who was taking care of their affairs. And I know she apologizes for it later. It just doesn't make any sense.
A little girl anymore, Kate.
You sure act like one, baby.
Married to the Viscount, there will be ample funds to provide for all of us. He is as generous as he is wealthy.
Oh, Edwina, baby. And here she is. She's mad at Kate, but she still wants to try to help. Because Edwina is very nice. If Kate would just tell her the fucking truth at some point. The season's such a mess! Everyone's bad!
Have you decided what you will do?
If I I'm alone in the woods, I'm making out. I don't even care if he's coming to tell me he's getting with my sister. Just get like a kiss. Come on. Anthony, come on.
Very well.
Okay, we finished. Shit got real dumb this episode. And it's such a fucking shame because shit gets dumber in episode 6. Episode 6 is gonna be tough for me. I'm gonna be very honest. Episode 6 is gonna be tough. So just, I know that going in, but yeah, there's stuff that I liked about this episode for sure. Every agonized speech that Anthony gives is more beautiful than the last. He is eloquent, he is beautiful. He said he's not a poet, but he obviously is. I love a heavy breathing sesh, and I think Violet was lovely in this episode. However, anything dealing with Lady Danbury, Mary Sharma, the Sheffields was just... okay. This is really for me where shit gets particularly bad. So anyways, we're gonna watch it next time. I will try to get that released on Saturday. My next episode review should be going up on Saturday, and then the one after on Sunday. So I think I would do episode 6 and 7 Saturday and Sunday, and then the final episode review will be coming out hopefully next Wednesday if I don't get too busy. So thank you guys so much. Love you all, and I'll see you on the next episode. Bye.